Welcome to the podcast, everybody, where Mr. Darkwave loses his everlasting mind. Okay, that's not better. How are you today, sir?
Tired. Someone wants to do these things late.
Yes, I do apologize.
Forgets our time zone difference.
I do.
You don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You don't. You do it every time.
Love you. Anywho, today on the podcast, we're just it's not going to be super long. We'll just talk about the Game Awards. Yay! I'll start off by saying this: the Game Awards this year was the same, just nothingness until the main one. But we're gonna go over it. We're gonna study that thing with a fine tooth comb. And hold up, let me pull up my Game Awards here. Did anybody notice? This is a cool fun fact. For 10 years in a row, an Xbox title was not Game of the Year.
Damn.
Man.
10
Although
years?
Baldur's Gate is going to Xbox, so
Yeah, it's on Xbox now. Like my cousin's playing it now, but
Wait, you talking about like exclusive?
Yeah, like an Xbox game, like
Damn.
an Xbox game.
Damn.
Like an exclusive game, right? Like
Yeah.
Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
Okay.
think about that. When was the last time an Xbox game even was close to Game of the Year?
Damn.
Let me even go back to 2014. No. No year was Xbox game close to Game of the Year. It's always been like hell. Even 2015, it's Witcher, Bloodborne, Fallout, Metal Gear, and Super Mario Maker. Then 16, it's Titanfall 2 doesn't count. I was about to say Titanfall 2. Yeah.
Titanfall 2 is on all platforms. No, because Xbox exclusive hasn't been good.
Damn.
Not good
looking at 2018. Oof. God of War made that year. Sekiro made that year. What was Sekiro's competition?
Nothing. Resident 2.
Stranding, Resident Evil 2, and Smash Bros. Ultimate was the only competition it had.
No competition.
Last of Us Part 2, the one that year where they literally cheated everything. Oh yeah, no, nothing. It Takes Two that year. Well, shit. What was Elden Ring's competition?
God of War. That was it.
God of War Ragnarok was Elden Ring's competition.
Can I? I'm about to join. Can I take this off?
Oh yeah. You can take it off. Okay.
She's leaving?
No, she's about to join on her own stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, she was in the kitchen, so I had it stuff. Do I sound doubled up?
Say something.
Hello.
Yeah.
How bad is it?
Bad. This is good audio, ladies and gentlemen. Good audio. Good radio.
Yeah. So now, let me turn this off. Like I said, I'm testing a new mic. Don't mind me. Just testing a new mic. Best place to test it out. Maybe using this for like green screen reviews, stuff like that. We'll see what happens in the future. But back to what I was saying. An Xbox exclusive or Xbox made game has not made Game of the Year since 2000. Since never actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It hasn't even been nominations, and that is the funniest and saddest shit ever.
Because Xbox hasn't had a good Xbox exclusive game and worth Game of the Year in decades.
Yeah, but that's not even Halo. Like, when did Halo come out again?
Halo hasn't been good since Halo Reach, and the only thing good about Halo Reach was the campaign.
Oof.
Multiplayer was garbage.
It was aight. And enters a Rogue Spirit By the way, Mr. Darkwave, you're the black one, the black PNG. I don't know if you've noticed, but I brought that up. I was like, hey, PNGs. I made one for
That's
everybody.
fine.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Mrs. Spirit, how do you feel about that? That Xbox has not had a Game of the Year contender since the beginning.
That's funny.
It's quite hilarious. Nintendo, Sony, and on third parties have been the top guys every time. And then literally, if From Software makes a game, there's always the one in contention.
That's funny.
That is very funny. Um, but yeah. Did everybody watch the Game of the Years this year or Game of the Year awards?
Well,
Is
I
that
did.
just me? Mm.
Yeah, I watched bits of it and stuff, because you had it up, so I was watching what you had up.
All right. So this Game of the Year had a controversy. It
I
had
don't
a
know
big
why.
controversy.
Let me phrase
Oh,
that. I know why.
yeah. So apparently, even during what's his name? Shit,
Oh my
Neo
god.
Newborn. Right. So wait, was I wrong? Did I sound off?
No, sorry, the game. I'm playing something. Sorry.
Yeah, you're playing no Okami. Yeah. All right. So Neo Newborn. To be honest, he had a very heartfelt speech on this stage, and apparently, for people like that, they had given him a minute, and they were rushing people who received the awards off the stage, and they also, for some of the categories, they kind of just rushed through them. Best indie game was what, Sea of Stars, and they got no trophy up on stage. It was just best indie game, Street. What's it called? Sea of Stars. Best fighting game, Street Fighter 6. Best action game, Armored Core. And you're like, you mean the same people that made the Game of the Year last year are not going to be able to go up on stage and say, "Sup, we'll be back next year or next time we make a game"?
Yeah, I guess they didn't want no more super long speeches, I guess.
Yeah, they say that now, but what if I told you that they fucked up by giving dumb shit fucking more time than the actual people who run the awards?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Seems like Game Awards are not really about the Game Awards anymore.
Yeah, it's more about the the dumb shit. And fucking the one thing that people were pissed about was the Anthony Mackie situation where he was just on stage wasting time. Now, mind you, no one cares or has beef or hated Anthony Mackie. It's just he just was on stage just like with nonsense. Just hold up, let me show you. Did you see it, Spirit?
Yes, I was sitting right there beside you.
Oh yeah, you were. My bad. But for the audience that is probably watching, I probably will be watching at some point. I'm gonna just display it. Even if you saw it, sometimes it's good to just show it off and critique the situation. Can you guys see it? You good?
Hmm.
I see it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The star of Twisted Metal, a nominee tonight for Best Adaptation, Anthony Mackie.
They called us going. They called us unhinged.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Everybody gave up. You guys didn't. Hey, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who watched Twisted Metal on Peacock. And I have one thing to do before I get on to the award I'm supposed to represent up here. Okay? Okay, all right. I know I say a lot of different things. You can't scream them all. Jeez. Now, no one knows this yet, so you three guys and everybody else is going to be the first. Because of our incredible fans, Twisted Metal is coming back for season 2 on Peacock. So, everybody get your motor revving, because you're going on another ride with John Doe.
All right.
Great. You guys see this section right here? You guys look great. Keep it going, baby. I don't trust this dude, but y'all look great. Don't you yell at me. I love you more. I love you. What is wrong with y'all? Okay, stop it. You. Okay. Love you too.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't take this anymore. Anywho, this man,
Thank you.
they literally took that. That's a good 2 minutes of time, but a bunch of the creators of these games that they were talking about barely got any time to say we got an award. And mind you, they had a button that said, please hurry up in the back and had a teleprompter. And mind you, the Nintendo rep, I forgot his name. What's his name from Nintendo for winning? Which award did did Tears of the Kingdom win again?
Who?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Shit. Was it
Oh,
the
best action game?
action? Yeah.
Best action adventure, right? And he could not speak. Mind you, he can't speak English. Eiji Aonuma, the guy who is the guy for Zelda games, right? He can't speak English. He needs a translator, and they were rushing him on the stage. Like the translator is going to be able to speak at Mach speeds at the same time he's speaking. Like, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why they were so pressed to. I mean, I understand you don't want people to go like 10 minutes, but to always sit there and be like, "Oh, go, it's only been like a minute, 2 minutes."
And it goes to my main thing, like Vinky. Literally during the creation of Baldur's Gate 3, one of their people passed away. And he and what's called Neil damn near almost busted out in tears. Why in the hell are you rushing them? They're busting out in tears, and they're proud of the work that they did. But let's go through this fucking event. First of all, I am sick and tired, right? I'm sick and tired of the esports and creators part of the fucking Game Awards. They do not make any sense. It's like that award from, what was it, 2015, 16, when it was like best game fueled by Mountain Dew. Does anybody remember that category?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was like a cringe. That was cringe as fuck. And I hope, and I'm glad they stopped that nonsense. Wait, what the fuck? I'm glad they stopped that nonsense. But to be, like I said, to be honest, that part of the Game Awards is actually starting to get annoying to me. And I don't like, prime example, when they said, hey, this person won best esports athlete, I'm like, who? Or the best esports coach. I was like, who? Content creator of the year, Iron Mouse. Who? Best esports event. I was like, shouldn't Evo have just won that off the principle of the fact that Evo sells out stadiums? Best esports
I don't
team
even know who
JV.
these people are, so I didn't care about those awards at all.
Exactly. And I'm like, best esports game, Valorant? Really? And I was like, okay, Valorant came out years ago. It shouldn't even have been close. What up? What? It says best esports and content. Remy, XQ, XTQ, CZZ, whatever. All right, but let's move on. So another criticism I did have, there was too many live performances in this one. Also wasting a lot of our time. I don't know if anybody enjoyed all of them, but after the first one, I was like, oh no, please stop doing this. I would literally mute my TV or mute something and then go do something else until they got back to presenting awards. Thankfully, I was at work, so that was easy. But let's move on. So the first choice I'm going to talk about here is the player's voice, which was, of course, between Baldur's Gate, Phantom Liberty, Genshin Impact. For some reason, that's still even in the list right now. Tears of the Kingdom and Marvel Spider-Man 2. And of course, Baldur's Gate won it because it's Baldur's Gate. If anybody's played Baldur's Gate, you know that that game is just good. There's nothing really bad I can say about Baldur's Gate. Besides the occasional glitch here or there, but it's a glitch. Every game has one.
Yeah.
You got most anticipated game between Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. And I'm going to be real honest. I don't know why Final Fantasy won. I
It's
just don't
Final
know.
Fantasy VII, man. It was all it was gonna win that regardless.
Look, man,
Nostalgia.
I hate people. And then they showed off the new footage, and I was just like, they didn't really do anything. It just showed something else. But you guys can have that. Um, and before I get to this category, innovation and accessibility. What the fuck were they talking about with that one?
Accessibility?
Yeah, innovation and accessibility. Does anybody know what the fuck that means?
Accessibility,
How
I
far
guess,
people come
ease.
in making games accessible to everyone, no matter what
Yeah,
disabilities they have.
that's why Sony came out with like that controller thing or
Yeah.
whatever like that, the little circle joint. So that's what I would guess accessibility. Pretty much what Darkwave just said.
Okay, so what I just looked at is recognizing software or hardware that's pushing the medium by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even wider audience.
Yes, people with disabilities like colorblind,
Yeah, yeah.
people with
People that's
one
missing a
hand.
limb.
Okay, so what in the hell did Diablo 4 have, and what did Mortal Kombat have?
I don't know. I don't look in those options because I'm for now perfectly fine and able to play games normally. So I have no idea what they have.
Okay, Spider-Man has a colorblind mode, and you can change certain things. Mortal Kombat doesn't have shit. Street Fighter has multiple modes, so multiple people can play the fucking game.
Hmm.
I'm just,
Who won that
I was just
award?
who won that? Horizon, Forza, no, Forza Motorsport. I said Horizon. I'm so sorry. Forza
I was like,
Motorsport.
what?
Well, what does Forza has for their?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't like I said. I don't go into those options. So whoever wins
Okay.
wins.
Yeah. All right. Then we got best adaptation between Twisted Metal, Mario Bros. Movie, Gran Turismo, Castlevania, and Last of Us. No, 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 no. I'm going to say this, right? Castlevania, considering that it's both Dracula X and Symphony of the Night, a little disappointing in terms of that fact, but moved on from it. Gran Turismo, I heard was okay. Twisted Metal, I did not hear good things about it, and Last of Us, I
I like
know was
Twisted
good.
Metal
Yeah,
for what it
hey,
was.
I haven't heard good things, but you're the first person that said something good about it, literally. Um, does anybody remember what how much Super Mario Bros. Movie made?
No,
Mm-mm.
Do you, all
Like
right?
billions.
Do you know how much it costs to make the movie? Because remember, I said that in order for a movie to succeed, it has to make 2.5 its budget plus an extra million.
yeah,
Yeah.
So Super Mario Bros. Movie cost 100 million to make. They made 1.362 billion dollars.
okay, that sounds like a success.
It's not only a success, but the movie's almost damn near flawless. How did this movie get trumped by fucking what's it called?
Last of Us, because Last of Us was pretty good.
This is pretty good. Is it better than Super Mario Bros. Movie?
I mean, comparing a movie and a TV show is kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, Mario was fine. I think I would probably say Last of Us was better. I mean, Mario was harmless. It
Yeah.
was good,
Yeah.
but I mean, it wasn't nothing, you know,
And they
mind
beat the shit
blowing.
out of
It's just
Bowser
nice
at
to
the
see a
end.
good Mario movie.
Oh yeah. It was great.
You know, comparing a movie to a TV show will always be hard. Like the best way to compare Mario is Mario 1 better than Sonic 1, something like that. You know,
I don't know the answer to that question.
um, depends. It depends.
Yeah. But
Like
let's move on. You said what? What were you saying?
No, I'm saying it just depends. Like, if you don't like humans, then you'll probably go Mario. If you didn't mind the humans, then you'll probably go Sonic. I mean,
Yeah. Honestly,
even though Mario himself is a human, you get the point.
Yeah, I got what you meant. You kind of reversed it, but I got what you meant.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have the best sports and racing game. Now,
Don't care.
yeah, thank you. This category was so trash that I genuinely did not remember any racing game besides Forza Motorsport, and Forza Motorsport literally fucking won it. And like, when did this game even come out? Like,
Oh.
Then you got the crew and all that shit. I'm like, yo, what is going on here?
Oh.
Hey, man.
What is this?
So rude.
All right, moving on. This one was easy because it was best multiplayer game. It was Baldur's Gate, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Wonder. Baldur's Gate won it.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate won it handedly because even just using personal experience, it took us 3 months to beat the game. 3 months. It was
that sounds like a short D&D drink. That sounds about right. Actual D&D, yeah, that sounds about right.
What category are we on?
Best multiplayer.
Oh, multiplayer.
Because if it wasn't Baldur's Gate, then you should have been. They would have then gave it to Wonder. I'm sorry, it's Diablo 4 deserves to win nothing.
It didn't win anything.
Good. I know it didn't. It did not deserve to win that.
Yeah. Like I said, Baldur's Gate not only deserved it, it handedly deserved it. Period. Best family game was definitely between Sonic Superstars, the biggest disappointment of 2023 to me, Pikmin 4, Party Animals, Disney Illusion Island, which I do need to pick up, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
I forgot that was that came out this year. The Pikmin game.
Yeah, and Wonder handedly won that without even an issue. It was like, yo, all these other games, the closest one to it is Disney Illusion Island, but Wonder is a super hype advanced version of a new Super Mario Bros, which is it's just better. It even has better animations. But all right. We got best role playing game, and why do we even care? Because we know Baldur's Gate won that handedly. Because it's not Final Fantasy 16. That game was disappointing. Liza P is the closest second. Sea Stars is a close third, and Starfield is a close. It's fourth. Because the worst out of this category, it's Final Fantasy 16. Because I don't even. Do y'all have any opinions on that shit?
No,
none for me.
Yeah, the best fighting game.
I'm not in this one.
Was Pocket Bravery, which I know no one heard about because it's shadow dropped it. Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2, which I just can't.
What?
God of Rock, and fucking Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter 6. When did God of Rock release?
What? I've never heard of that game.
What game?
I've not heard of that game.
It's a musical. It's a rhythm fighting game.
Oh God.
That received mixed reviews.
Oh God.
Okay, but you knew that this competition was between Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
And I even said this to my cousin. I was just like, between the two of them, Mortal Kombat 1 has less for $70 than Street Fighter has for the same price. So therefore, by logic, Capcom takes a W with the Street Fighter 6. And sure enough, Street Fighter 6 took it. And I'm like, yeah, Street Fighter 6 has a lot more to do than just the story. And if it was like based on a fighting game story, Mortal Kombat. But then again, Mortal Kombat is going DC where there's like multiverse, super multiverse, timelines. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we're done here. Like Capcom was like, oh yeah, no, we're in the future. You said what?
Too many multiverses.
Yeah, we're getting a multiverse fatigue here. We got the Best Action Adventure, which is, I'm confused why Best Action Game and Action Adventure are two completely different categories.
Hey man, because the action game could not have adventure, man.
They could have got rid of one of those categories and put best remake. That's the category they can replace one of those with.
We're going to talk about that in a moment. We're just going through the categories.
I know.
What? Best action adventure between Alan Wake, Marvel Spider-Man, fucking Resident Evil, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and Legend of Zelda, which Legend of Zelda handedly won, which makes sense. Tears of the Kingdom is a fantastic game. And then there's Best Action Game, which is Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Go ahead.
The sad thing is, you look at this list and there was only one clear winner.
For which? For action game?
Hey man, Dead Island 2, dog. Get into it.
You're funny.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. I got it.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot Dead Island 2 even came out this year.
I did too. That's why I was laughing. So I was laughing.
Dead Island. What?
I mean, to be fair, the game was supposed to come out last year, and then the year after that, and then
8 years ago.
Yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah, so
it's also supposed to be 8-player co-op, but they fucked that up. But that's a whole nother bag of worms that I'm not.
So it looks like their least favorite number is 8.
Yeah. All right. Now, between both of the categories, in no way, shape, or form, in the action category, action game, was any other game going to win over Armored Core. That is physically impossible. Had any of those other games won, I would have looked at the screen like, how is that possible? Remnant
I probably
2
would have cut
is the
the
closest.
show off.
Yeah, exactly. Remnant 2 is the second place winner of this, handedly. Hi-Fi Rush is third place, and I like that game. But no fucking way is it better than Armored Core or Remnant 2. I'm sorry. And then, of course, the action-adventure game, it doesn't make any sense because, again, they shouldn't even be two different categories. They should be exactly the same. But, we got, moving up, best mobile game. Of course, it's goddamn Star Rail. Why did he? Who cared?
1600 Jades. Thank you. Yeah, that's a 10 spin right there, man.
Hey, yo, first of all, the Hoyoverse is getting annoying with their releases. I don't know how they got 4 fucking games coming out at the same or running at the same time, but I guess that's what they're gonna do, and I don't really care.
Hey,
So
man.
moving.
I'm a Star Rail connoisseur, bro.
All right.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Star Rail is greater than Genshin Impact.
Oh, yeah, handedly. One's an RPG, one's just a gotcha game with fake Zelda mechanics. But people keep buying their fucking shit. So apparently people keep giving them money. And I've just...
like Fortnite.
Yeah. Fucking whales. Fucking idiots. Yes, I call whoever buys shit for the game idiots who spent more than $400. You're an idiot. That's
I
just
do
me.
A little monthly pass to get Jade to get currency every day. $5.
That's fine. Like I said, if you spent more than 100, 200, 300, 100 is a little like okay. It's a free game. That's like a collector's edition of a regular game, right?
Hell no.
More than that, then at that point I'm just gonna look down on you like you're an idiot and you're giving him money to make crap. To me, Genshin Impact is garbage, but that's just me. It's a worse Zelda.
I paid $0. I didn't pay not a single damn thing in Genshin Impact, and I immediately got bored with it. By the time I completed what I needed to complete, got through multiplayer, played it twice, and I was like, I'm bored, and deleted it off my console.
Yeah.
The problem with those type of games is, or any gacha, is that you have to find, especially for Genshin, because it's like open world and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You've really got to find a character that you actually want to go through that shit for. That was my main problem with Genshin, is I could never find a character I really wanted to sit down and just invest into. So that's the main problem with Genshin, is finding that one character, whether it be a 4-star, 5-star, whatever, that you say, you know what, this is the character I'm going to take through it. This is the character that's going to be leveled up, and then we'll do everyone else later.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, that game is shit. because you're just gonna be playing with a bunch of characters you have no interest in.
Exactly.
Star Rail's a bit different. Star Rail's a turn-based game, so you're gonna, you may look at characters aesthetically and say, okay, this character looks cool, but you're gonna be reading their kits and what the fuck they do and what they add to the team, because outside of that, nothing else is a character. Whereas Genshin is an action game, so if your character doesn't have good movements to you, it doesn't play well to you when you're playing it, then you're not gonna want to level it. And when you don't, and if you don't get the character you want and you fail the little rolls or whatever, then you're double fucked. So,
yep.
I mean, like I said, Genshin isn't bad. It's just,
and to me, it's
gotta
garbage.
have that
I'm not
character.
gonna lie to
You gotta have
I'd
that.
rather
character.
play Immortal Phoenix Rising.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm saying you just gotta find like the character I got now, Risley. He's like a boxer type of guy. Perfect. Got him, leveling him up to 90. So
yeah. My thing is they make announcements and they announce new characters and make trailers, and I'm like, oh wow, I don't know who that is. They act like their characters are like fucking guest characters from other games, and I'm like, no, I don't care anymore.
Well, it is the king of the anime gacha, and Hoyoverse is the king of that right now. So,
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
Just nothing, because I don't care. Next was the best AR game / VR game, which is weird because technically, isn't AR like Pokemon Go?
I guess so.
Essentially.
Okay. So shouldn't the Monster Hunter now be in that category, or am I tripping?
One would think.
I'm just asking.
I didn't make the rules.
It was Resident Evil, by the way. They won the best VR game because the Horizon is kind of terrible.
There's no surprise there.
No surprise at all. And Gran Turismo, I'm like, I can go drive in real life. I don't need that. The best ongoing game between Final Fantasy 16, Fortnite, Genshin fucking Impact, Apex Legends, Cyberpunk actually won it.
I don't even know how Cyberpunk gets nominated for that, but
I have no fucking clue how that even worked out.
More power to you.
Hey, a win is a win.
Hey,
a win is a win, I guess. That's literally what they're saying.
How did get?
I still don't know how it's best ongoing because it got some DLC.
A win is a win.
You know what I mean? Well, why is Resident Evil out there? It got separate ways. It got mercenaries.
Look, I'm sure it's like the people
I
who
don't see
stop
Elden Ring on that list next year for best ongoing. We got a problem.
A win is a win. That's what they saying. A win is a win.
Yeah, I get. It should have been a best pity award. Goes to
That's not a pity.
Here you go.
Not a pity.
Who fixed their game award.
Thank you.
Who fixed their game award? No.
Next. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Winner.
Next we got best community support. It was between Destiny 2, which genuinely should not ever be up this shit because Destiny 2 is old now. Final Fantasy 16. No, was that 11 or 16? 11, which again, whatever. It's No Man's Sky, Final Fantasy 14, Destiny 2, Cyberpunk, and Baldur's Gate. And you're like, okay, what does this encapsulate in totality? And I'm like, what does the best community support mean?
I was just about to ask that. Is it like people like you got issues with the game and shit because your shit's buggy, and then you're helping supporting the community to fix your shit? You listen to the community when we like, hey, this shit not working, and y'all quickly put out a patch or something. Like, what does that entail? Like, is that all of the above? What is that? Like, I call customer service. Like, what?
Best community support. Recognize a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Which, once
Oh,
again,
okay. So like what I pretty much said.
none of the old people. What is wrong with this thing?
Can for the next community support, can they like listen to us what categories need to be? Can that be community support?
Best independent game was between Dave the Diver, Dredge, Viewfinder, Cocoon, and Sea of Stars. And Sea of Stars won that handily because I have
Yes.
no fucking clue what the rest of the games are.
I've never heard of the rest of them. Like Sea of Stars, it may be an indie game. I at least heard of that. I've never not heard of Cocoon, none of the motherfucking ones.
It's even in the same universe as the freaking what's it called? The Messenger.
The Messenger.
Yeah, the Messenger. The ninja game.
You talking about the shit? What was that other the one that came on PlayStation? The person skating around.
No.
Which right?
No, The Messenger. It's a ninja game based off the original Ninja Gaiden, but they have like elements of
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I was thinking of this other shit.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Okay.
the one I've been speedrunning and stuff. All right.
Got you.
Best
Yeah.
indie debut, Cocoon. And again, I said, what is Cocoon?
Best indie game debut. Best indie game. What the fuck are these?
Yeah. So
They feel.
again,
I feel like that they're. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let me cut you off.
see, the difference between the two of them is Sea of Stars is on one of them and Pizza Tower is on the other. But to be completely honest, they should be one category because of that. It's very confusing.
It is because technically, when a game comes out, it is debuting. So what? Okay, you shut up.
Yeah. Next is games for impact. Once again, I ask a quick question. What in the hell does that even mean?
The game that gave the most impact, man.
The most impact on social media? I don't know.
Okay, let me read it for you. For a thought-provoking game with pro-social meaning or message.
Okay.
Because if it's impact, like, hey, we impact the game industry, Elden Ring should be on this list.
Baldur's Gate should be 3 should be
And
on
Baldur's
there.
Gate. Period.
To the point, yeah.
The only game that need to be winning that is Genshin Impact because
Technically,
Impact.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Tichia won that between A Space for Unbound, Chance of the. You know what? I don't know any of these names, so I don't care.
I don't know any of those. Oh no,
Best-
I don't. Who does woman? I don't know that.
Best performance was between Idris Elba, Melanie Liburd, Yuri Lowenthal, Cameron Monaghan, and Ben Starr, and of course Neil Newbon.
Neil
Neil Newbon one-handedly, and I
as a
was like, oh.
Starion.
Yeah, as a Starion. It was between him and Yuri. Not gonna fucking hold you. Yuri, I honestly would have I don't know, but Neil earned it. And then when I looked at Neil's stuff, and I was like, wait a second, did Neil play somebody before? And I'm like, oh crap, he played in Space Lords. He played the Planet of the Apes. He played in Detroit Become Human.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah, Star Wars as Cyborg.
Oh,
He played
sorry.
Xeon in Xenoblade Chronicle 3, Deliverers from Mars as Isaac, and of course Asterion as Baldur's Gate 3. But the one that fucked me up, I don't know if you know about this, Darkwave. He played Nikolai in Resident Evil 3.
The most recent one?
Yeah, the remake. And he also did Brad he did the motion capture for Brad, Nemesis, and Robert Kendo.
Stars.
Yes. Also, he also played Heisenberg in freaking 8.
Cool.
He literally played one of the best characters in 2 different Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he earned it. He literally had my respect. Now, when it came to him, right, he was thanking his family, he was thanking his wife's family. He was even speaking Spanish on there, and they were rushing this man off the stage. I'm like, hey, yo, don't be a dick. Let the man thank everybody. Jesus Christ.
I wonder if someone just went up there, got in the trophy, and just said, "Thank you, peace out." What would they say about that?
That's literally what they wanted everybody to do at that point. That's what it sounded like. It.
That's kind of what they wanted everybody to do. Like, thanks, bye. Yeah. Then we got the next one. The one that I was genuinely confused about is best audio design.
Like best sound?
Let me go check. Best in-game audio and sound design. Okay, I was making sure that was it because somebody said something about the controller, and I was like, if it's the controller also adding to that with the controller making noise, it's clearly Marvel Spider-Man without even like an issue. But so yeah, Hi-Fi Rush won. Hi-Fi Rush uses its music into the gameplay, so that's fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine by me. Okay. Best score in music. What?
Baldur's Gate 3.
It's Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake, Hi-Fi Rush, Legends of Zelda, and Final Fantasy 16. Let me make sure that's 16. Yeah, 16. I genuinely would have gave it to Legends of Zelda, but that's again just me, or Baldur's Gate, because the music in there, it's just.
I would have gave that to Zelda, honestly, because that music is is very crisp in Zelda. Baldur's Gate, not saying that it doesn't have bad stuff, but quite honestly, if it's not besides that cringy devil, what's his name, Raphael singing his little cringy ass song, or like the intro joint, whatever like that, that's kind of now at this point iconic. Nah, but I probably would have gave that to Zelda, honestly.
Yeah. We got best art direction, which for some fucking reason Alan Wake won when we got Hi-Fi Rush, Legends of Zelda, Lies of P, and Super Mario Wonder. All 4 of those games they use different art styles besides super realistic art styles, but Alan Wake won it.
I would have gave it to probably Alan Wake, but my bias would have gave it to Lies of P just to see the names.
I would actually given that one to Lies of P.
I would have gave this shit to Wonder. But that's just me. That's just me. Or Hi-Fi Rush. But that's just me. Because these games look, different.
Yeah.
Artistic. Fucking that joint, it just looks normal. And I'm like, oh wow, you're not doing anything.
I feel like Alan. Let me not say that. Never mind.
Best narrative is between Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 16, and Spider-Man. And Alan Wake won that too.
I would not have given that to Alan Wake.
Yeah, that would have either hit Baldur's Gate or Spider-Man for me.
But
I definitely would not have given that like narrative. Yeah. I would have given that narrative to Baldur's Gate, but that's if I say anything with Baldur's Gate already won some other stuff, so they can't win everything. Like yes the fuck they can.
But Alan Wake has so much lore.
Yes, between 4 games actually. Between Alan Wake 1, Control, I don't know that other game on Xbox, I keep forgetting the name of it, and Alan Wake 2. There's a lot of lore, yes.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of lore in a D&D game, Baldur's Gate as well, to where you, depending on what character and stuff you pick. I am now on my 4th goddamn playthrough, and I'm learning different stuff. I'm playing now as a bard, and like I'm getting a complete narrator saying different kind of stuff going through. So like a whole new ass game from when I played as a druid or my witch.
I wish I could get into those games, the RTS style games. I don't know.
It is not an RTS. It is more of a tactical.
Well, not RTS, but tactical. I don't know. I could play the shit out of Fire Emblem, but Baldur's Gate or Divinity, I'd just be like, I got nothing.
I said the same thing, honestly. Like first off, let me also say, like I have tried playing D&D excuse me, Summer Friends. I had fallen asleep every single time. I hated it. I was just like, nah, I had more fun creating the character. I never thought that I was going to sit here and enjoy Baldur's Gate, to be perfectly honest. And Wildfang can fucking tell you when this game, and I downloaded it and I was fucking playing it. I made a character. 45 minutes I spent making my very first character. I was getting up, literally staying up until like 2 o'clock in the morning playing this game, and then getting up like 5 hours later at like 7 then to keep playing it. Like I love this game, and yes, it does have a few nitpicks and stuff, but it's nothing to make it a bad game. But I absolutely loved. I never thought I would have actually liked Baldur's Gate because I've not really played too many. Well, actually, no, I can't say that because I played Dragon Age and shit like that, kind of, and on PCs, whatever. But I fell in love with Baldur's Gate. It's something different that I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me give it a try.
Makes sense. And I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was looking at something. Now we got best game direction, which also was Alan Wake, and I was just like,
okay, okay, Alan Wake, okay.
Yeah. At that point, I was like, yeah, all right. If Alan Wake wins Game of the Year, I'm done.
Okay, yeah. I would have complained. That's why when it came up, and then I was like, oh, this narrative. I was like, oh, that's gonna be Baldur's Gate. Alan Wake, excuse me.
Yeah. And then there's, of course, the Game of the Year, which included Mario Bros. Wonder, Resident Evil, Spider-Man 2, Legend of Zelda, and Alan Wake, as well as the Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate, which, between all of those games, I agreed with. And with Spider-Man 2 as a solid second place, I actually agree with the list. I was like, oh, shit. That's actually solid.
I don't.
We genuinely had all the games that were on the list, except for Alan Wake. We did not have that early in the year when we first did our predictions. And apparently, we were just about right.
There was one game that didn't need to be on there. So.
We hear all that.
Oh, sorry.
What game is that?
The game that she said shouldn't even been on there is Resident Evil 4.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I know.
But I thought I said the Spurs Wrath too.
Most people that are Resi fans would disagree as well, but that game should not. That's a whole other can of worms and stuff. I actually disagree with that game being there.
Yeah.
It's tricky with remakes because it's like if it's tricky with remakes because the same thing could be said about remake movies that get nominated for Oscars and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's tricky because Resi 4 did enough different to just now. It shouldn't have won by any means, but to be nominated, I think it deserved it.
All right.
That's not even because I'm a Resi fan. I mean, it's literally one of the best games all year.
Oh yeah, no, without it. Yeah.
So it's
and now we got. What were you saying?
It did more. I think it did more than what. Like, look at Dead Space. Dead Space did some things, but you can almost play them side by side, and I would say mostly do kind of similar things. To a certain extent. But Resi is completely different from the original.
With Persona and Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, both me and Wildfang have played it. Wildfang, so what are some differences with 5 and Royal? So say if they came out with Persona 5 and then Persona 5 Royal came out this year. Persona 5 comes out, let's say 2022, came out last year, whatever. And then say they came out with Royal again this year and then Royal is in contention with Game of the Year. It's essentially the same. It's literally the same game. They added a few different things to it. Hey, you got now a grappling hook. You got this that you can sit here and do. And it's Game of the Year, which taking up a space for an actual brand new title, IP, something completely new, whatever. That's like saying how right now I'm actually playing Okami, and they remake Okami 2023, and it's literally the same exact game. They add some new features and stuff like that to it to enhance. Hey, now you can do X, Y, and Z. Now you can do this. You can blah blah blah, and add some new kind of things. My point, and I'm not sitting here saying it's because that I don't play Resident Evil. I just think that because now we are in the era of remakes, remasters, reboots, and all those other kind of things, because everybody's running out of ideas. Same with movies in the Hollywood industry. They could have two of these categories that they had literally could have been a whole separate category for specifically for remakes or for other kind of stuff. I think that for a new game, Lies of P, for an example, and yeah, it was only in one category, but for some of these other games and stuff like that, that are new IPs, new ideas, and that are fresh and stuff, because then what ends up happening is that, oh, hey, yeah, Resident Evil 4, so all we gotta do is just keep remaking. What happens if, and I guarantee you it would have been a shitstorm, and I actually would have been more upset if Resident Evil would have won Game of the Year over Baldur's Gate 3, over Spider-Man 2, over Legend of Zelda. Even if you want to make fun of Tears of the Kingdom and say it's just the $70 expansion pass, fine, so be it. People still bought it.
Well, I as I said, I don't think Resi should have won, but I do agree that remakes at this point should probably have their own section, considering we get at least about 4 or 5 of them a year. But to say a remake shouldn't be nominated, then neither should sequels. Because sequels are literally the same game. Like Spider-Man 2 is basically Spider-Man 1 with added Miles Morales, Venom, and new suits and combos. Why would it suck? Why would it not be nominated? It's almost the same thing. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Because some sequels, if you get the exact same dev team, like God of War 1 and then God of War Ragnarok, why would God of War Ragnarok suck?
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
It's tricky because even sequels, because they can just sit there and keep making God of War games. They're never going to be bad. So where's it's because Resi 4 remake. If you play Resi original and then play Resi 4 remake is almost a completely different game. It's actually a better game than the original in some people's cases, depending on how you like Leon. So it's tricky because sequels can technically be put in that category. Certain sequels, not all sequels, but certain sequels like God of War, the God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 2. Why would it? How can you even compete if they just come out with another Spider-Man game in a couple of years? You already know that's all Mad Game of the Year if it's done by the exact same dev team and same studio and all that stuff. So it's tricky. It really is, because I do understand the argument about Resi 4 because I think me and Wild Fang spoke about this on another podcast recently. Mm-hmm. I understand the arguments because you do have games like Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, and many other games that could have taken Resident Evil 4 spot. But at the same time, Resident Evil 4 is far superior than both of those games put together. And it does enough different. Like, unlike Dead Space, I think Dead Space does some things different, but you can play them basically back to back and feel like you played the same game. Whereas Resident Evil, it completely feels like a completely different game. From the character tones, the story is the same, but the tone of the characters, the overall gameplay, and just the atmosphere feels a lot different than the original. So it's very tricky. But at this point, they should just have their own section because you're getting too many remakes as it is. Yeah. Remakes should have their own section, and that way you pave the way for a Hi-Fi Rush or a Lies of P or whatever else, comes out.
Cocoon.
Yeah, Cocoon. Gollum. Whatever else up there. Walking Dead Destinies. You can make room for those games.
Yeah, even though they're terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just tricky because, like I said, it's like putting a remake up there again is almost the same as putting a sequel to an already established game up there, like from God of War to God of War Ragnarok or something. It's like, well, obviously you're going to be up there because your first game was up there. Why wouldn't the second one unless it was done by a completely new, team, which
Makes
rarely
sense.
happens. So I don't know. I've got to do this tonight.
Yeah, so let's go over some of the announcements. We got announcements for Apex Legends, which had a Final Fantasy event. It was going to have one.
Ugh.
As Dusk Falls, Asgard's Wrath, Baldur's Gate 3, which is now on Xbox, Black Myth Wukong, which I another Souls game, Brother Tales of Two Sons. I don't even know what they announced. They showed a trailer. Dave the Diver, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which I am so hype about. Final Fantasy
Wait,
VII Rebirth,
which game you said you was hyped? Sorry.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is another Tenkaichi.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which was just like, okay, you just showed another trailer and then you played a song from the original Final Fantasy VII, but added lyrics to it. So I was like, okay. What was this? Oh, DLC for Final Fantasy 16, which I'm like, I already sold the game. I don't give a fuck. The finals, which is actually okay. They showed off the first Descendant, which I was like, no. Get that Warframe out of here. Speaking of, they showed off a Warframe. Fortnite Rocket Racing.
I'll play the first Descent when nothing's coming out.
God of War Ragnarok, in which they showed off the new DLC, which is a roguelike.
Valhalla.
Yeah. GTFO, which none of us can play unless we play it on PC. Guilty Gear Strive, which
Didn't it say it's coming to console?
They never said so.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like, oh wow, thanks for wasting time and putting that as a thing, so we all cannot play it. Guilty Gear Strive, which are adding a 3v3 battle mode and some extra characters probably. Honkai Star Rail, I don't even know what they talked about on that shit.
They just showed basically the new area we're going to.
Okay. Lego Fortnite, which I was just like, what the fuck? It caught me off guard.
The Lego games they're kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. The Lego Fortnite is its own separate game, which fucked me up. While the Rocket Racing is in Fortnite. Metaphor ReFantasio, which is what was that again? Oh yeah, that's that Shin Megami Tensei game, which I was just like, oh shit, we get another Shin Megami Tensei. I thought it was going to be Persona 6, and I was like, you guys are really annoying who are not announcing Persona 6. But you know,
I
you're
wouldn't
gonna announce fucking Persona. Oh wow, Unicorn Overlord is made by both Shin Megami Tensei and Vanillaware. What? I might buy that day one. But yes, yeah. So, you know, they showed off Persona 3 Reloaded again for the third time, and I'm like, you guys can fucking stop. We know what Persona 3 is. It is just Persona 3 with Persona 5 graphics, which is great. We got Persona Lost Crowns, the Outlast Trials, another thing for No Man's Sky, which just showed off the history of No Man's Sky for being asked to class. Outlast Trials, like I said, I may buy, you know, because that seems like something me and Spirit would play. What is this here? Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, which I'm buying. Ready or Not, which I'm not even going to look into. Rise of the Ronin. Isn't that the... Yeah. Hey, Darkwave.
Don't even ask. That fucking date, man. Fuck you.
It's not even that. Is it just Neo or am I tripping?
Fuck that. Look at the date.
It's March 22nd, 2024.
Yeah. Guess what else comes out that day?
What else comes out that day?
A certain Capcom game.
Whoopsie.
A nice certain Capcom game that we were waiting for almost 10 years. The same fucking day.
Whoopsie.
Oops. I wonder who's going to win that.
I wonder too.
Hellblade 2 is finally coming out, and as I said about the first one, I don't think it's good. I don't care. And it's Xbox is exclusive, so hopefully it gets on the Game of the Year list. Skull and Bones is finally coming out. It finally has been released in February.
It's not coming out.
Stormgate, we got Warhammer, Rogue Trader, Warhammer, Space Marine, and Zenless Zone Zero. What in the fuck was that again?
Hoyo versus other game.
Oh yeah, Hoyo versus other game, in which I was just like, please, for the love of God, Hoyoverse, fucking stop. Then we got new announcements.
As long as it's fun.
Then we got new announcements, and I want to save one particular one for the end. We got Monster Hunter Wilds. It was like, oh shit, another Monster Hunter game I'm gonna put 200 and some change hours into. No Rest for the Wicked. OD.
Yeah, call me when it's 25.
Yeah,
OD,
which is a Kojima game for the Xbox. And as I said, I was like, you sure you want to make an Xbox exclusive when you make more money on PlayStation? But,
yep.
All right. We got Tales of Kenzera Zao, which is made by...
It's the people who did Dungeon Fighter Online. That's all it is.
What? The Akubar... Who the fuck is Akubar Salim?
Oh, wait. No, I'm thinking of the Berserk game. Berserker or whatever. Is this it?
No. Hold up. Let me double check him. Oh, it's the dude who played Bayek. Okay, that was pissing me off because I was about to fucking kill somebody. Like, you played Bayek? Or what? He said, for my work on Bayek. I'm like, huh? Okay. Anywho. Yeah, Tales of Kenzera Zao is a Wakanda Forever. The casting of Frank Stone, which is a solo Dead by Daylight experience. The first Berserker Kazan is that game.
That's the DFO game. That's the DFO.
Yeah, that's Dungeon Fighter Souls. Thrasher, Usual June. Vengeance of Mana, which is a day one because I love my Mana games. And on the other side, we got Mecha Break, which I signed up for the beta, but it's only PC for the beta. Marvel's Blade, which caught me completely off guard. And then I'm like, yes, that's day one as well because it's Arcade Studios. Lost Records. I don't even know what that is. Okay, whatever. Before I move on to that next one, Jurassic Park, which even Spirit was like, okay. Yeah, Exodus.
I gotta definitely see some more of that, but I don't know. I'm getting zombie, but with dinosaur feels.
Yeah. Next, I want to talk about naming your fucking game, right? Now, Hello Games, the creators of the terrible, then good No Man's Sky, which, again, went from trash to class. Literally, I feel like they take a generator, put it on their phone, put a bunch of words in the generator, randomize the generator, and we got Light No Fire. And I'm like, okay, how in the world do you come up with this naming convention? We got No Man's Sky, and now we got Light No Fire.
Who was letting a child in here name just pick some names off the board?
Yeah,
pick some words.
Light No Fire. Is that really the best idea you came up with, my guy? We got Light No Fire, bro. What?
But pick any other words. Nope.
Light No Fire. So how does that make sense? And how does that work? But let's move on. The biggest announcement to me was Sega, and they're announcing 5 games at the same motherfucking time.
Mm-hmm.
They announced a Crazy Taxi game, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio, and a Streets of Rage game, and tried to make it seem like that was normal.
It is normal, man.
First of all, I was like, Sega, first things first. You could not have come out on stage and announced,
they ain't had no time.
Your Golden Axe game or your Jet Set Radio game, your Shinobi game, which looks like Streets of Rage 4, and you're making a Streets of Rage 3D beat 'em up. I'm pretty sure the last time, I wouldn't have done the 3D, but it's whatever. I'm getting Streets of Rage because I'm a huge Streets of Rage fan.
Crazy Taxis calling me. I love me some Crazy Taxi.
Everybody liked Crazy Taxi back in the day. I mean, you got Golden Axe. I'm like, you guys remember the last time you went into a 3D action game, Golden Axe? It literally turned out ass. And then we got Jet Set Radio Future. a Jet Set Radio game, which literally makes that other game null and void again.
Which one?
What's the name of that damn game that came out that was like that has the same graphics as Jet Grind and Jet Set Radio Future?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
My brain is starting not to work now.
Yeah, it literally came out on PC and finally came out on consoles. But yeah, they announced the game and they just made it useless. And it's like, okay. Now, my biggest issues with this whole award, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. The release dates. How many times did we see fucking 2025 this whole Game Awards?
And that's why I don't give a shit about 90% of the games they showed.
Not even coming out next year.
25, if I'm, hopefully we're all still alive and kicking.
Mm-hmm.
And call me when it's 2025. And then not only do that, don't even send me a message until you get an actual date.
Telling you, GTA 6 is going to be December 31st, 2025.
Let me go see what December 31st, 2025.
31st? They just doing it. It's going to be December 31st, 2025, just to fucking troll us.
December 31st is a Wednesday. No, it's going to be probably December 30th, 2025.
Okay. All right. I'm calling it now. Just to fucking troll us.
But yes, it goes back to what we said previously, and we'll probably say this till the end of time. They really need to stop announcing games this early. Nintendo is probably the best people when it comes to that shit because they announce their games and then 6 to 9 months is out.
Yeah, yes. Because when they announced Tears of the Kingdom, didn't that shit come out literally 6-7 months later?
They delayed it.
Oh, they delayed it. Yeah, okay.
But Nintendo, right? What they do is they'll let you know it's delayed, except for Bayonetta. They just didn't say anything. Oh my god! Give me a second. Let me double check something. When was Super Mario Wonder announced?
I don't know, man.
It was announced in June of 2023.
And it came out. What? It only been 2 months?
October. It came out in October. So, does anybody see the problem with that? Came out the end of October, and yeah. So
Nintendo's goated, man.
Yeah, Nintendo goated. Second place is kind of From Software. It depends.
They're in last because I don't have my fucking DLC yet.
When was Elden Ring announced? Oh, yeah, no, that was terrible. 2019, and it came out, 2022? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Shit, I was just like, give me the fucking game so I can.
Well, there's an asterisk for that because COVID.
Yeah, never mind. COVID came out. Yeah, but other than that, I feel like we got to stop it with these games being announced really early. Nintendo was the only one that's
looking at you, Square Enix.
I don't care about Square Enix anymore. They're gonna announce the game right now, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to be 38 when it comes out."
2045, Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah, and hopefully the first boss isn't.
It is. It is. You saw him in the trailer. It is. They won't show nothing else. They'll show fucking Darkseid.
That's the fourth boss. I don't know what you're talking about. Anywho, did anybody else have anything else they want to say about anything?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
All right. Well then, I will. Okay. I'm surprised Hardcore's Legacy for Switch wasn't on here. By the way, that's the one big surprise.
For Switch? Why not just?
Remember, it came out last year.
Oh, you're funny.
That being said, I will catch you all on the flip side.
Bye.
Beh.
Where is it? Where is it? Yay!